then we're going to turn that off for now and go down to Effect B. And we have the Bucket Brigade delay again here. We have the digital delay again here. We have a chorus again here. We have the phaser 1 and phaser 2 again here. So you can mix and match. We'll get to that. But then we have Hal, which is not Hal, it's actually Hall. So let's jack that up. It's a Hall reverb. Very nice. Next we have a room reverb. Nice. And here is a plate reverb. And lastly, a spring reverb. Kind of clangy like a spring reverb. A little frequency detour there for a second. So those are very nice. And don't forget that you can use them all at the same time. I'm going to turn the Hall reverb way the heck up. Then I'm going to go over here to A and put it on phaser and set it all crazy. Or let's try the Bucket Brigade delay and Hall reverb. I'm sorry, I'm having a stroke right now. Hall reverb. So yes, and you can, of course, if you'd like, use different delays at once. Things got a little out of control there. So that is the effects section. And don't forget that when you're using delays, you can use clock sync, which will allow you to synchronize to whatever tempo you would like in regard, whatever note value you would like in regard to the clock, which controls the arpeggiator and the sequencer. So you can have effects that are timed perfectly with your arpeggiation and sequencing, which makes for some really incredible sounds. Okay, let's also not forget, back to the sound again, we have distortion, and I have it on and I've had it on, but I didn't want to tell you because adding a little bit of distortion to any sound really saturates it, gets it, it makes it, it warms it up. And this particular distortion, let's not forget, is not a digital effect. It's a stereo analog distortion. So you are getting some very nice, rich, juicy distortion happening there. You're not hearing it right now because it's so low, but let's have a listen. Now, this is a point where someone's probably saying, now, Mark, you should have a really bright, sharp noise for this to really show off the distortion. Of course, you can't make everyone happy. Anyway, this distortion comes in fantastically well if you want to make really powerful, hardcore sounds, or if you want to just bring in some saturation warmth. You've got that distortion just sitting there ready to be turned. Okay, I also want to talk about the pan spread over here. I haven't been recording in stereo. I am now recording in stereo because these are the stereo things. Here's the pan spread. What it does is it spreads out the notes that you play in the stereo field. So here's us without it. That same D chord you keep hearing. So there you get various notes in various places in the stereo field. To that point where it's actually kind of an effect if you play individual notes. And of course you could use this with the effects that we have, which undoubtedly would probably sound pretty nice. That phaser is really making some weird sound. But there you have stereo effect and the notes moving around in the stereo field, which is very nice. If you want to just use the pan spread very judiciously, it can, again, broaden out your sound in the stereo field, making it sound warmer and fuller. Which is very nice. We also have key mode over here. So if you're these things are not effects, but I'll cover them anyway. If you're in unison mode, you can decide your key mode, which in analog synthesizers, synthesizers usually low note priority. The lower note took precedence. Higher note doesn't matter. Some synthesizers actually had high note priority. Lower note doesn't matter. And then we have the more modern concept of last note. And then it doesn't matter which direction you go. So you have the ability to make those decisions. I always keep it on low because, come on, I'm a mini mode guy. Okay, and we have the pitch wheel range. I have it set to 3, which is a whole step, but you can set it up to 12. And that's really, you can do this really quickly, should you so desire. A tritone, which I think is the best choice. Anyway, so you have that sitting up here ready for your use, and program volume, which is a great way for you to set the volume of a program. If you have a program that has a lot of distortion, a lot of really loud stuff going on, you can turn that down a bit. And then when you save that patch, it will be, you can basically make sure that all of your sounds have the same volume level. So that's really helpful. And that about sums up the effect video.